Happy holidays and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP of Alabama. I am your host, Margie Curry, and today's session is with our certified yoga instructor, Becca Impello. And Becca has been practicing and teaching yoga for more than 20 years. Now, we want to remind everyone that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. AARP Alabama is committed to offering opportunities for people to stay engaged from their home. The Mindful Movement series provides an opportunity for you to keep moving in the safety of your own home. Hi, Becca. Happy holidays.
Hi, Margie. Happy holidays to you. You're looking nice and festive with your.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, what do you have in store for us today?
Well, like you said, it is the holiday season, so I have a bit of a holiday theme for us to work with, and some of that'll be just sort of contemplating how we cultivate those feelings of peace and goodwill within ourselves, much less to those around us. And we're also going to try to just sort of see if we can shake off some of the stress of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Breathing and some movement that hopefully will help us to manage some of that stress we may be feeling.
All right, that sounds great. So, but everyone, please remember to continue to consult with your physician before you begin any exercise routine to make sure that it's safe for you to participate. All right, Becca, take it away.
All right, thanks, Margie. And just as a reminder, everyone, anything that I'm suggesting that you do today is just that. It's a suggestion. If it just doesn't seem like the right thing for you, you can certainly skip it, do something else of your own choosing. I want you to avoid anything that feels painful or just uncertain, but be curious and be open to noticing how your body feels as you do some different movements and some different breathing patterns. All right, so like I mentioned, we're gonna kind of work with the theme. One of the holiday phrases we hear a lot is peace on earth, goodwill to man, right? So we're gonna take that concept and we're gonna turn it just a little more inward. So one of the aspects of yoga practice is to turn your attention more inward, all of course with the goal of being able to be more magnanimous and more compassionate when we go outward, right, to others and to our community. But it all starts at home, right here in your own heart and in your own body. So we're going to take that theme and turn it to peace within and goodwill towards myself or towards my body, especially, right? Because we're going to do our practices today to nourish our body. All right. And we're going to just take some of those themes, especially at the end. We'll do one of my little meditations where I give you some thoughts to ponder as you sit in silence. But then we're also going to try to sort of, deal with the stress of the season, right? With some of our breathing and some of our movement patterns. So let's start with a little bit of breathing, right? So sit tall. We're going to stay in our chair for some of the practice. We'll do some things standing as well. And I'll give you some options for how you might approach those different positions as well. So start by sitting up tall. Maybe close your eyes to help you take that awareness in. And I want you just to start to send feelings of peace towards yourself, right? There can be a lot of self-talk that goes on. And this time of year, maybe you're going, oh, I didn't get enough, I didn't get all the Christmas shopping done yet. I haven't really gotten, all the decorations up like I wanted. I was going to volunteer this year and I didn't make it. We can put a lot of pressure on ourselves. So right now, I want you just to maybe take those hands to your heart, take a deep breath in, and send some feelings of peace, maybe forgiveness to yourself right now. And let's take that breath and start to take a bigger inhalation. Exhale a sigh out of the mouth. Do that again. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Again. All right, let those hands drop to your lap. We'll do a bit more breathing. This will be just a little more controlled. You can do arm movements with it, or you can keep your hands in your lap. Inhale, let those arms rise out to the side and up. Exhale, slow blow out of the mouth. Hands drop back down to your lap. All right, let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. Slow breath out through the mouth. Two more times. One more. All right, now just breathing in and out of the nose or however is comfortable for you. I want you just to take a moment and notice how you're feeling in your body, right? We're going to send goodwill to our body throughout our practice, right? If we notice something that's a little, cranky or a little sore or not, working right, all that great at this point in life, that's okay. We're going to forgive our body. We're going to acknowledge and accept it as it is. So take a moment just to notice your physical body, send that goodwill to your physical body, to your muscles, to your joints, goodwill to your arms, goodwill to your legs, goodwill to your back or your neck. And then we'll make some movements. You can keep them gentle. You can make them bigger. It all depends on you. We'll start to warm up things. Turn that head right and left a few times. Checking in on how things feel there in your neck, especially. Next time that chin comes over to your shoulder, let's make a semicircle. Drop that chin down, come across the chest, bring it all the way to the other shoulder, and then reverse direction and roll that head back across the chest. Good. 2 or 3 more times, back and forth. All right, bring that head back to the center, lift it up, sitting tall, that head on top of the shoulders. Good. Roll those shoulders now, bring those shoulders up towards the ears, roll them back and down. And get those shoulder blades moving. Remember to keep sending peace and goodwill to yourself, especially as you might notice some cracks and creaks in your movements. All right, now let's do a little bit of loosening up the spine. We're gonna round the back gently and roll towards the back of your seat. And then lift the chest and push the ribs, the belly a little bit forward, maybe arching your back, round it. If any movements that I'm suggesting are been, contraindicated for you, or you've been, warned or cautioned, then you simply can skip them, right? Good. 3 more little rocks, rounding and arching the spine. Good. All right, now a bit of a side bend. This will get our arms moving as well. So one arm up and over. You can take that hand to the top of your head if that's a better position for your shoulder. Good. Let's go again to each side. Stretch up and over. Again. All right, now taking a little gentle twist, turn to one side, stay tall, back to center, big breath in, turn to the other side, back to center, big breath in, again, turn, back to center, turn. Good. And facing forward, let's loosen up the legs. So take one knee and I want you to kick it out and then bend. So bending and straightening at the knee joint there. Notice how that feels. Send that goodwill to your knee. to your leg. Keep that foot forward now and circle the ankle. Go the other direction. And then release it. Let's take the other leg. Send some goodwill to this other knee and other leg. Bend and straighten. Good. Keep that foot forward now. Circle on that ankle. Go the other direction. All right, now we're going to transition to do some things in standing. I'm going to slip off my long sleeve here because I've gotten myself warmed up adequately. Now, we're going to stand. We're going to use the chair. So you've got something to hold on to if you need to. Try and position yourself so that you're facing the chair seat. Make sure it's on a non-slip sort of surface or up against a piece of furniture so it's not going to go anywhere. And we're going to start by placing our hands, or it could be your elbows down on the chair. All right. And we'll do a few rounding and flattening the spine again. Now, you could do these on the floor. You could be in hands and knees on the ground if that's a place that you feel comfortable going. And maybe you like that position better than using the chair. All right, nice big breaths. Taking those full breaths is one of the ways we can help manage stress in our nervous system and in our body. 3 more. All right, now let's step 1 foot forward, the other leg back. Feel free to stay with the hands on the chair. You could be on the floor, your hands could be on the floor, or you can choose to come to an upright position, maybe putting those hands on the hips or in front of the heart. And we're going to just do a bit of in and out of this lunge. Small or full movement, either way, bending and straightening that front knee. So remember, you could decide you want to stay with some support by holding onto the chair. That's perfectly fine. All right, now we're going to switch sides. So just take those feet, take your time, switch to have the other foot forward. Same choices there. Maybe stay on the chair with the hands or bring them up to your hips or to your heart. Back and forth, loosening up. Good. Taking it back to both feet under the hips. So back to our tabletop position, or your hands and knees if you're on the ground. You can do a little twisting this time. Push with one hand or one elbow and pull or turn the other way. And then come back to center. Pull and turn. And back to center. If you want to have an extended, a long arm, you could keep that arm long that's reaching or that's turning. Notice I'm letting my knees kind of do their natural thing. One wants to bend while the other straightens to help me make this twisting movement. Good. 4 more, 2 on each side. All right, take it back to center. Come back to our cat and cow, that rounding and arching of the spine. Come back to your breathing. Breath in as you take the chest and the sitting bones up. Breathe out as you tuck the tail and get rounded. Three more. All right, now let's come on up to standing. If you want to have some support from your chair, maybe you want some security for balance, okay? Then you just might want to stand so that you're closer to the top of the chair seat, the back of the chair, a little easier to touch when we're standing all the way upright, all right? So let's go ahead and take a stance once again where one leg is forward and one leg is back. And lift up through the chest, anchor down through that back leg from the buttock all the way down to the heel. And you can do this with one arm if you want to keep something touching the chair, or both arms. We're going to take an inhale and spread the arms wide. Exhale and just give yourself a hug. Let's send that goodwill into our bodies, send that peace to ourselves. Inhale, open up again. Exhale and cross. Try to alternate which arm is on top as you're doing this movement in and out. All right, sending that peace and goodwill. 2 more on this side. All right, step back in, take a moment to pause here. Then take that stance, the other leg forward, anchor into that back leg from the buttock all the way down to the heel. Remember, you can keep the fingers from one hand touching the chair as we make the movement. All right, we're going to do the same movement, but instead of crossing high on the chest, this time I want you to cross low across the belly and the hips. All right, again, still sending that peace and goodwill to yourself. Inhale, open out. Exhale, give that body a hug. Open out. Try to alternate which arm crosses on top. Good. And taking about 2 more times. All right, good. Now step it back in. For this next one, you can use the top of your chair, or you could use a wall or a piece of furniture to put your hands on. We're just going to walk back and elongate those arms and the spine. You might need to keep your knees bent, so feel free to soften them. Or for some of us, it might feel good to straighten the knees and put a little more stretch into the backs of the legs. This is a great place to do that clearing breath or that sigh out of the mouth if you like, or even the second breath that we did where you blow slowly out of the mouth instead. This is a great place to just return to that release of breath. Walk it back into standing tall. Give those shoulders a little roll. Now, I mentioned at the beginning wanting to shake off some of that stress from the holiday season. So we're literally going to do some shaking. And that's a good way to help our nervous system, with processing just overload of demand, or maybe less sleep, or, maybe some of your healthy habits have, slid a little bit, which is perfectly fine during the holiday season for sure. But the shaking that we're going to do is really a good stimulus for the nervous system. It can you can think about it sort of as helping to reset things, right? Now you can do the shaking from a seated position. If you want to sit back down, that's a great thing. If you want to stay standing, you can do it in standing. So we're going to start with the arms, really the hands. Let's just start with shaking those hands. Just give them a good shake, shake, shake. All right, and then start to shake the arms. Let the elbows flap, the shoulders start to shake. My voice is going to start to sound funny here as I get my shaking going. I can shake the head a bit. And so you can just move, and I'm going to start to shake my shoulders, my rib cage, my torso, shake the hips, I'm starting to shake my legs. Well, just keep this shaking going. If you can stand on one leg for a second or hold on, give one foot and leg a little more shake, and then maybe the other. Yeah, get that shaking going, get those hips moving, shoulders shimmying, head shaking. A few more seconds. We got about 15 more seconds. I know it seems like a long time, but I promise it's only been about a minute total that we're trying to do this shake, shake, shake. A couple more seconds here. You may feel silly. It's okay. Look at me, I'm doing this on, in front of an audience that I can't even see. All right, now just let yourself stop. And just feel that buzz of energy in your body. That's your nervous system going, whoa, wait, what's happening? Maybe I need to recalibrate. Let go of some of that stuff that's been burdensome. Literally trying to sort of shake that energy off. All right, take a few more moments. I just want you to feel that sensation. Maybe that heart rate got up a little bit. Feeling maybe some tingles on the skin and the muscles. Now let's all sit back down for the next part. So if you're already seated, great. And we're going to do sort of an opposite sort of stimulus to our body from the shaking. So we're going to follow up the shaking with some soothing, smooth movements. So I want you just to take your hand and just smooth it down from your shoulder or even the side of your neck all the way down to the hand and the fingers. All right, just like you're sort of trying to brush some water off. All right, think about sort of brushing off the stress. Stroke that one arm another 2 or 3 times. Again, this touch is a good stimulus to your nervous system. All right, and then switch to the other side, stroking as much of that side of the upper body as you can, from the side of the neck and the shoulder all the way down the arm to the fingers. Good, 2 or 3 more times. And then pause. Good, now we'll do a little bit of the same thing to the leg. Now, it's perfectly fine to stay right here, sort of on the upper leg, the thigh to the knee. But if you're bending down towards your shin, your ankle, your foot is okay for you, go ahead and see if you can smooth stroke, soothe that whole leg with a few passes. Wiping off, shaking off that stress. Last time on this leg. Switch to the other leg. Remember, it could be that you're doing the thigh, thigh to knee. Go further down the leg if it's okay for you to make that bending over movement. Good. Last one on the leg. And back up to sitting tall. I want you to take a hand to the upper part of your chest, sort of right underneath the throat. And I want you just to do just a little sort of back and forth or circling across the chest, shoulder to shoulder, soothing that heart area. And then move a hand, one hand or both hands, and circle around the belly. I like to always circle in a sort of clockwise direction if my belly was a clock facing out. All right, so I circle down on the left side and up on the right side. But it's okay to do it either way. That's just the way our physiology processes through our large intestines, as it goes in that direction. So it's nice to sort of keep the energy movement in that direction. So a couple more circles. We're soothing, giving that loving touch to our bodies, influencing our nervous system through our physical body. And then just go ahead and pause. Let your hands rest on your lap. Feel free to scoot back in your chair or get a little more settled or a little more comfortable. See if you can still feel the remnants of all that shaking and touching that you've been doing to your body. You might feel it still on the hands or the fingertips. Check in. What do you notice? What's your sort of state of energy? What's your sort of state of stress? Maybe compare it to, 25 minutes ago or so when we started our practice. Has anything shifted for you? We're going to finish with just a few moments in breathing and meditation of sorts, a contemplative meditation, where again, we're going to come back to our theme, our holiday theme of peace and goodwill. You're going to send that inward for now, sending in that peace to yourself, treating yourself kindly, watching out for any of that negative self-talk or criticism that might crop up inside our brains. So think about breathing in peace, breathing out that goodwill to your body, breathing in peace for yourself, breathing out that goodwill intention. Just breathing slow and deep, but easy and comfortable. No straining, no forcing. Two more breaths, bringing in that peace and goodwill to yourself, to your body. And then let's spend the last couple of minutes beginning to turn it outward, right? Sending peace and goodwill out to your household, to the extended family, to your neighbors, to your community, to places farther afield that you feel drawn to or connected to in some way. You want to send them peace and goodwill as well. Let's take about 4 or 5 more full breaths, full of peace, full of goodwill. All right, you can open your eyes if they're closed. I want to let you know that I'm sending peace and goodwill your way as well. And we hope that you have a wonderful holiday season and that you will join us in the new year for more mindful movement opportunities. Thanks so much for joining us today, and happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you so very much, Becca. It was a wonderful session, and thank you for your sending us all your peace and goodwill, which we wish to everyone. Have a very happy holiday season, and don't forget, let us know what you think about us on the survey. Also, we look forward to seeing you in 24. Have a happy holiday season, everyone. Goodbye.